Tonight, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Always fun to get a peek at Tom Brady as he gets in place to command this offense for Tampa Bay.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
A run with Jones on first down, not going to yield much. A yard tops. Second down coming up. And Charles, we get a look there at the draft class for this offense. What do you make of it?
Well, overall, I like the balance of the guys that they selected because, to me, they got a few guys who can step in and play right away, which is exactly what you want. But they also drafted for the future as well. They got some guys who might need a year or two on the practice squad, so then we'll find out if they can actually play.
Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. But now it'll be third down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he takes this one back into the end zone. The Falcon defense has a touchdown. Folks, remember this, his first NFL game, a rookie getting playing time here in Week 1, and he comes through with a giant play there, an interception return for, obviously, his first NFL touchdown.
Do you think he dreamed that last night at all? No chance. Not one whatsoever, but he got it done.
Extra point forthcoming. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Brady looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, how about that? You use a high draft pick on this guy back in April, hoping he'll grow into a role as the season progresses. And now look at this, a pick 6 in his very first NFL game.
Sometimes the evaluation doesn't match what the kid brings to the table. He progressed quickly.
A try here for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. It's the fullback with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Falcons push further out in front. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Extra point attempt to come here. It is now 21-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. 3rd and long after that last sack. From the gun, it's Brady. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So a good punt attempt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So here are the Falcons with great field position to start out. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. The defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And the Falcons are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. With his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over it.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. The sack backs him up, 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. The 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game as his guys continue to pour it on. And a nice little start to the career for the rookie here, hitting the end zone in week 1 of his career.
And that's a true welcome to the NFL moment, isn't it? The one that you actually like. A lot of times it's that big hit from a linebacker that says, all right, Rook, here you are. But when you're able to put it in the end zone and feel that sense of accomplishment, that usually fuels you towards doing it many more times in your career.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
So conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Brady. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic, 3rd and long after that last sack. In his own end zone, it's Brady to Evans on the slant. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
I don't care what the game plan was coming in. After these runs,
you're running it, right?
you make sure you keep circling on your play sheet, running plays that are working, and keep patting those big offensive linemen on the back. They're doing a great job.
Goes without saying the defense is going to have to adjust to that.
In a big way, and they've got to figure out, do they have to sell out to stop the run, or can they just do it better than what they've done so far?
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the route is on here in this 1st half. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The spotlight now focuses on the quarterback, and that's Tom Brady. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brady, he sets up the screen to Jones. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Oh, partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, Brady.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that he dreamed of this. How about this for your debut? 2nd sack in the opener.
Yeah, it's great to get 1. That's memorable. 2? Hello.
Now, he dreamed about it. He thought about it. Did he ever expect it to happen? Probably not.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And taken at the 46. as it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And this offense set up nicely with what looks to be a 1st and goal right around the 10-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Probably a bit of a surprise call there on 1st down, but how about a tone setter for the drive? Picking up nice yardage with the big man setting the tone physically.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's the fullback making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Falcons continue to pour it on. Well, fullback touchdowns have become rare. We just saw 2 of them by the same guy here.
And if you had him on your fantasy team, I'm hanging out with you now for stock tips.
Now the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
Yeah, we dominate today.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, standing just outside his own goal line. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Spins again. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They've got to be saying, boy, thanks for this field position.
Yeah, remember their last drive in which they scored a touchdown. That one also began in excellent field position, so let's see if they can capitalize a second time.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. And he's caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A very solid gain of 27.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. It was the linebacker, Devin White, there to knock it away.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And this offense continues to pour it on.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Point after, right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Give us all. Give us all.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football. And the Falcons grab it. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons add on. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
The extra point splits the uprights, and a route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
The sack backs him up 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Breaks through the contact. A beautiful spin and room to run. Touchdown, Falcons. It's a punt return touchdown of 56 yards. And this offense is running away with this one.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Point after try forthcoming. And the route is on here in this first half. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Well, this will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Now Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Operating from the gun. Brady. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Returnable here from the 38. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
He's going to take another shot. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His first and completion, goes for 6 as his guys continue to pour it on. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And his kick is good. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Brady. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And the Falcons grab it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking for the end zone. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnovers, and they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone.
And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. They're going to go for it now, 4th and 2. Remember, they can still get the first down at the 1-yard line, though. On play action, they'll throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. From 3 yards out, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. That time a 6-play drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Brady, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a...
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. Fielded just inside the 20. Oh, good footwork on the spin. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, and he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Two minutes gone by, second quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
I love the modern game, but that was a throwback right there to see the big man with football, running, knocking people aside, and picking up yardage. That takes me back to the 60s, the 70s, when fullbacks ruled the earth.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Here's a play fake as they set up the throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Again, we see Tom Brady and the Bucs set to take over. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Well, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Well, there was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. 3rd and long after that last sack. Operating from the gun. Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 35. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Going to give this time to the tailback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Charles, you look at that run, and in your garrulous and loquacious manner, how would you break down the Nick dynasty that occurred when that was bounced outside? It was almost Machiavellian, wasn't it?
The capricious dichotomy of their play calling is almost a non sequitur. And Brandon, I have to say, my friend, the ubiquitous cacophony of your ostentatious, sycophantic ramblings have left me in a state of ennui.
Do you always have to one-up me? I thought I was bringing the thunder. I had to look those words up all morning, and then you do that. Steps away. He'll run it. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's their quarterback. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Falcons continue to pour it on.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Bucs on 3rd down. The struggle has been real. They have had ample opportunities. They've yet to cash one in. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there, getting that first down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game.
On first down, Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. 7 yards, the pickup there. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Jones. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Ito Smith, his first carry. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. From the gun, Brady. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 11. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And this offense continues to pour it on.
All you hear from coaches and personnel directors in the NFL, how difficult it is for a rookie receiver to have an impact on the game. So much to learn, so much offense to absorb. Looks like he's picking it up pretty well.
I would say so. And how about that for your first career NFL touchdown?
I don't know that he envisioned it quite that way, but if he was smart, he probably dreamed about it a little bit.
And the route is on here in this first half. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. A give to Smith out of the gun. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Field goal coming from Younghoe Koo. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Falcons add on. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
And the route is on here in this first half. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job.
Don't give him nothing. Don't give him nothing. Wide 20. Wide 20.
Vaughn on 1st and 10. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now Brady. Pressure, he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. Oh, twisting away. A big-time return there, 40 yards. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And this offense is running away with this one. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Brady now on first down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down. He's going to go up top again. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A big play there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut as his guys continue to pour it on.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Brady now on first down. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Brady. The intended target was Chris Godwin. And now it's third down. Operating from the gun. Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone, and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away, and it's 2nd down. Inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. 5-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And the route is on here in this 1st half. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job.
Now's the time. Don't give me nothing.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And now the fumble. Brady loses the football. But it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. From the gun, Brady. He'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Brady gives this one to Vaughn. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay.
once again. Touchdown, Falcons. Mark that down as an 85-yard punt return. And the Falcons continue to pour it on.
Well, if you're into cheesy movies, you would title this one, I Have to Remember, wouldn't you? His second return touchdown of the game.
What if I'm not into cheesy movies?
Well, go ahead and get into it, man, because I just did it, and you're going to green light that one. How about those returns? Maybe they ought to think about not kicking him the ball.
Yeah, they might want to go away from him in the future. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Throwing on first down. Brady on the crossing route, complete. That's Evans. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Operating from the gun. Brady. Evans has it left side. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Brady. He completes this into the hands of Miller. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Throwing again on second down. Brady. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Lord have mercy.
Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Well, they're just having fun. I mean, they are clicking on every single cylinder, offense, defense, and here, special teams.
And how about the extension of the lead? This one felt a lot like, you remember Seattle-Denver Super Bowl 48? Percy Harvin to start the second half. Seattle was already firmly in control. Now, they feel like they can't be caught.
Yeah, they are firmly in control right now.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. Plenty of good matchups in that 1 o'clock Eastern window. It'll be noon at Soldier Field in Chicago. And a big test for the Bears as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. More good stuff later in the afternoon, one being down in the desert, where it'll be the Cardinals at home in Glendale, taking on the Carolina Panthers. And then finally a good one on Sunday night between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race, very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A big play there with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And this offense continues to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds and maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
On 2nd and 9. Brady, throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
On first down, Jones. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. He's going to look deep down the field, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. How about that? Their quarterback, 41 yards. And the Falcons capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on the passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
A quick pass here to Godwin. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. They'll run it with Jones. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll go again to Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. Fielded just inside the 30. And running with power here. And there he goes again. And he will score. Touchdown Falcons. A 71-yard punt return. And the Falcons add on.
All right, count him along with me. That's his 3rd return for a touchdown in this game. Why is the ball being kicked to him? That would be my question.
I was just going to ask you the same question because we see 2 occasionally. I mean, very rare. 3, unbelievable. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Again, it's Jones. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And taken right at the 35. Nifty footwork at the 45. Spinning again. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. The Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. Now with his third touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And this offense is running away with this one. And he keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Brady. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Look at the spin.
Balance.
And a second spin. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. And he'll give it here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut as his guys continue to pour it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. It's their quarterback taking it in as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. He's able to force his way through 1 man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And it's fielded at the 34. Points the tackle. He's got room to run. And he will score. Touchdown Falcons. That punt returns 66 yards, and it goes the distance. And the Falcons continue to pour it on.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. But it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Now for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On 1st and 10, Brady throwing the out route incomplete. That's Evans. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. On the delay, Jones. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now on 2nd and 13, Brady, and he's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. From the gun, Brady, and they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And he's loose again. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense, they've got it set up on the silver platter. 1st and goal inside the 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And this offense continues to pour it on. So the 2nd time tonight he has hit the end zone, Charles.
Some people just have a natural nose for the end zone, and he's exhibiting that here in this game. Big-time job, and, of course, he's got to pat the backs of the offensive line.
Yeah, they can't be lost in the shuffle. They're vital. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones, and he'll be taken down at the 18. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Brady. It's caught. Jones. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, Brady. And a catch right side by Evans. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender. And that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
A 1st down carry for Smith. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Brady. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Smith. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Vaughn. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. operating from the gun. Brady, that's complete to Smith. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And his kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. And there he goes again. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way.
Again, help it, partner. I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Point after here coming up. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And quite a bit of razzle-dazzle and electricity on that return. It goes for 97 yards. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is, just what you said, you've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. On 1st down, Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. But it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Brady over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And it's 3rd down. From the gun, Brady. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. It's going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Take it in at the 22.
Look, I know that all eyes and all credit should be on the guys that brought the ball back a long way, but I'm just wondering about the guys covering and their special teams coach. They've got to be looking at each other and saying, at what point are we going to find a way to stop these guys?
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Trying to lay one up deep. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
Now the try here for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Atlanta. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience.
Throwing on first down. Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Throwing again. Brady. Over the middle. Evans. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Operating from the gun. Brady. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throwing is Brady on third down. And that will be incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
The Falcons ready to take over. It has been quite a display here in the opening game of the new season. And really, they're putting the rest of the NFL on notice. They are going to be title contenders as now they look to finish things off in the fourth quarter.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. Now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Falcons add on. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And he puts it through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
On 1st and 10, Brady. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the gun, Brady. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Brady. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 38, 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. Oh, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Second and 11 now. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. We'll check on his status when we get back. throw on third down. Brady. This is caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Being strong up the middle is imperative. I don't care what your sport, but in football, when you've got a D tackle who can contribute not only to occupying bodies, but also making plays on the ball carrier, that's when you have the cornerstone of a solid run defense.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Vaughn. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. From the gun, Brady. They're able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Past midfield.
Look at
Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
Taking it about the 1. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On 1st down, Brady. Throw left side taken in by Miller. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Brady.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 3rd down, Brady, and that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. A
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them, because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Oh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Brady throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 yards there. 1st down. Operating from the gun. Brady. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10. Once again from the 28. To throw again. Brady. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
The sack backs him up, 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs.
Here's Brady to throw. Brady loses the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
Rolling to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. On play action, they'll throw. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Flush to his right. And he He can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. And he's going to go down again. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. He sets to fire deep. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A big play there. 76 yards. And this offense is running away with this one. There you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass of the new season.
And he had a strong rookie year. So much more expected of him this one, as you might imagine. He threw that one with confidence and assuredness.
And I noticed that the celebration a little bit more subdued than his first touchdown pass last year as a rookie.
Yeah, he certainly is acting like he's done it before.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Oh, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. Then the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job.
Perfect, baby. Good shot. Is this right, Woody? Sugar.
On first down, Brady. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it. And oftentimes,
and he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. Third and long after that last sack. From the gun, Brady. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And, Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsar? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here? Tell us, stretch this thing out a little bit.
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep him here.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. They'll roll him out right. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep. And this is caught inside the 5. He's into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A big play there. 48 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Ooh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Brady now on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Evans once again the intended receiver, and it's second down. Throwing again. Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. To throw on third down. Brady. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Here's Bradley Pena now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And this one's high, but not very far. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches and heavily...
He is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. Now with his third touchdown in his first ever NFL game, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. Size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job.
Good shot, good shot.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Over the middle, complete. That's Evans. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Brady. This is caught by Evans. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Throwing on 2nd down, Brady. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. The sack backs him up 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs. Operating from the gun, Brady. Over the middle to Smith. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 11. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Now Brady to try again after the pick 6. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line.
From the gun, Brady. Going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Brady. And the pressure gets to him again. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. Spins past another.
Oh, man.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but
Very little reason to use him at this point. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the give, this is their fullback. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a handoff here to his running back. And now running right through it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Now the try here for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for Atlanta, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.